Hey guys, so today this video is going to show you some of the stuff that I got from the Homeschool Convention. I live in Indiana, so I went to the Cincinnati Homeschool Convention. I'm about an hour away from it, so it was convenient for me. They do have some all over the country. I think the next one is in Missouri. I'm not quite sure, but you can go to greathomeschoolconvention.com, I think, to look all that up. Anyway, so here's some of the stuff that I have picked up at the Homeschool Convention. Some of the stuff I'd never even heard of before, and they were really cute, or they're a great idea, so I picked them up. And most of this stuff, well, pretty much all of it, I will be using for next year because my kids are done with school at the end of this month. May 1st is the beginning of their summer break, so we won't be obviously diving into all of this until next year. There are a couple of things that we'll do for fun or just to keep stuff going in their memory for the summer, but most of this is for next year. So let's start out. This is a lesson plan book. You can get lesson plan books anywhere, really. I usually get mine off of Amazon, but I picked one up there because it was a good price and it was really cute. And as far as right now, I'm not sure if I'll only get Easton a lesson plan book, or if my youngest, he will be in kindergarten come next school year, or if I'll get all of them lesson plan books. I usually do, but this coming next school year is the first year I will be using Abeka online for my oldest three, and they will be doing the accredited version online. And I thought about still getting them a lesson plan book so they can kind of visually see where they're at and on track, but I'm not sure. I've never done the videos. If you guys have, please comment, let me know how that is, your likes and dislikes about it. It will be treading new water for me, so I'm not really sure how that's all going to go down, and they may send, where you can print out what they'll be doing and stuff. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I will be teaching my kindergartner. So he does have a lesson plan book. So that is his, and I got that at the Homeschool Convention. This is something really cool, and I wanted to show you guys this. This is working on penmanship, so kids can learn how to have better handwriting. Let's see if I can zoom in here so you can have a better idea what this... Oh, it's not letting me zoom in really well. Oh, okay. There we go. So this is a before and an after picture of someone who has used this, and they had all kinds of kids doing it there at the Homeschool Convention, so you could actually see the difference live with the children there that would just come up to the booth. So it was really neat because we're used to all the horizontal lines, but this book is horizontal and vertical. And so this is called Chaneys, and visual handwriting and math workbooks. So this is actually the kindergarten version, so the letters are quite big, and that way they can get used to the writing and and make it, better penmanship and better visually to see and not going off the lines. So this is kind of what that looks like. You'll go through the letters here of the alphabet, practicing those. And they have a couple of different versions for the older elementary kids that are really neat too. Obviously they're not as big, they're littler to write through. I thought about getting my third grader one. His penmanship is actually fairly good for his age. But anyway, it would always, it's always helped practicing, but he's more into cursive, and I believe, yeah, they have cursive too. So anyway, something to look at. You can get these online, or you can go to their website, which is chaneys.com. And I got that at the Homeschool Convention. Let's show this real quick. So this is something I probably will use throughout the summer, just so my third grader will stay on track with the times tables. Obviously, it's memory and trying to get that knowledge in his head. So he's all the way into the 4 times table. So we will go through all of these and just keep practicing. But this is a Usborne book. It's a flip tab, so they really love those, and it gets them interested in the book. And anyway, the times tables are here on the side. Let's see if I can't get this closer for you. So we will work through this, and we'll just keep popping it out during the summer and keep on track with learning the times tables. So this is really cool. I had never seen these before, and I'm sure a lot of churches do these, but this is designed, actually I'm not sure if this is designed for homeschooling or if it's just, it could be used for both, but these are by Sword Grip, and these are memory verses, and these 3 are for my oldest, my 3rd grader, my soon-to-be sophomore, and my 8th grader. And this is for my kindergartner. So this is really cool. So this, for a Bible memory verse and stuff, it just starts with the first letter of the alphabet, A, for all we like sheep have gone astray. And then they would memorize that. But if they've gotten that down pat, then they could do this part as well. And then you go to letter B. But he was wounded for our transgressions. You know, very simple verses. Going through the alphabet. So I thought that was super cute and a lovely way to introduce all that. I mean, we do it at church, but really I haven't pushed the memory verse. He was in pre-K, so I haven't really pressed that with him other than on Wednesday nights and stuff at church doing that. So that is for him. The older kids, let me see if I can't get through this. So you'll put their name. Let me see if I can't make this where y'all can see it. Okay, so you'll put their name here, and it says why memorize, to know Christ, and then it gives you verses and explains memorization. And then this is the quick start, so it says pick your pace, so you either can choose the green, the blue, or the orange, depending on how well they're doing and how well they can memorize. So obviously it gives you the verses here in green. Oh, you can't really see that. There we go. And then a verse in blue, and then in orange. And then down here, you can actually, these are perforated, you can cut these out, and they gave me at the Homeschool Convention, they gave me the little ring binders to do, but you would have to either have your own or order some online if you wanted to have those. And then every time they get a verse right, they would be able to attach that to their ring binder, and then obviously have this to go through. They would earn points, and let me show you. See their little, and it has stickers inside, and I'll show you those, and they could put it for the Matthew verses, so they'd either get the bronze sticker, the silver sticker, or the gold sticker, so whichever verse that they were able to accomplish there. And then let me show you the stickers here. So here's the stickers. They look like swords. And this was really cool. So I normally do the Abeka Flash, I think it's called Flash-A-Card, for their Bible lessons, and obviously I've incorporated a lot more for my older kids, but really the Abeka, can't go wrong with the Bible stories that way. So I will probably throw that in, and we'll go through the memory verses and do Bible lessons according to what memory verses they're on. Okay, so I got this, and I'm sure you've all seen these books, and they're so cute, and I've seen them, different books. We have like My State, and he was able to fill it out for the state of Indiana. This is for my soon-to-be 3rd grader, just to work on phonics throughout the summer, so he can continue. That's probably, he has excelled in math and everything else, so the only thing I think he has struggled in is phonics and reading, so we have kind of thrown all our focus onto that. So I thought this was cute, and it was, let's see, it was $1.70. So we got this for him to work on through the summer. I've got reading passports for them. They were like 95 cents each. And throughout the summer, they will fill in these reading passports, and they will earn prizes. I don't know what you guys do. I have the kids either on Amazon.com or somewhere where they can fill in a whole bunch of wish list things, some things from $1 to $5 to $10, and then I tell them to add in a few more expensive things, like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 big, like $25 objects or whatever it is, and then throughout the summer, when they are accomplishing their reading, they will earn things out of their wish list. Obviously, they would have to do a certain, like for the older kids, they have a list of books, and I put a list out of classical books, and then a list out that they can fill in and say, oh, I read this book. Obviously, this book will probably not be on the classic list, but if she read this, she could list the name of the book and then put her initials by it, saying that she accomplished that one, and they would get different points for the different, but obviously if it was an easier book to read, they wouldn't get as many points or so forth and so on. And then they will fill out their reading passport. You okay over there?
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of this book, they have a couple of different ones of these. This one is Adventures in Jamestown. Liberty Letters is what it's called, and I loved this. So we are going to definitely read this summer, whether me and her sit down and read it or I have my daughter read this alone. I got this to play with. I'll probably use this during the school year, and probably not during the summer too much. But these dice are fun. We thought they were cute, so we went ahead and purchased them to roll the dice and figure out the answers. Let me get these over here. I'm sure most of you have seen these Professor Noggin games. I have seen them, but I've never owned any of them. They're a little bit more expensive than I would usually want to pay for something, but they're really cute, and they were a little bit cheaper at the Homeschool Convention, so I just got these two. This one's the American Revolution, which I've already opened, of course, because that's my favorite part of history. And this is the Civil War. And let me show you here. Comes with a die. And then you'll have the easy questions and the hard questions. And okay, and then the answers are on the side. We have not played this game yet. I am extremely excited to play it. I know that on this side it'll have like a picture, and some of the questions will be about that picture. So that's cool. So that's a game that we will probably actually play during the summer. We play a lot of games. I'll tell you one game that was really cute that we love to play is Spot It. So if any of you guys have the game Spot It, if you haven't cracked it out, pull it out and play it with your kids. It's so much fun. Everybody gets to laughing. If you don't have it, look it up, purchase it. It's just this little round little card game. It's so much fun, and we all play it, from my 5-year-old to my husband. We all play it together, the teenagers and all. It's a lot of fun. And this is the Civil War one, so it's played the exact same way, just with questions out of the Civil War. Okay, so I got these. I haven't decided if I would have, like I said, my third grader is soon to be third grader, is kind of struggling in reading a little bit. He's just not quite where I would like him to be. So I thought about doing a little bit of this during the summer. Probably this one, obviously, not the comprehensive so much. But anyway, I'm not really sure what route I'm going to go if I'm going to add these in. But if not, I'll definitely be using these during his actual third grade year, starting in August. So, and most of you have probably heard of Evan Moore if you're a homeschooler. And I don't use any of their curriculums, like their full curriculums, but I do pull out and I use several of their things. I love their pocket history books and stuff like that. I think they're a lot of fun. They get the kids involved, and I'll usually add something like that to their actual curriculum whenever we're learning about whatever particular part of history that is. So these are this one is Skill Sharpeners, Reading, Connecting School and Home. Obviously their school and home are very much connected, but that is that. And I saw this. This is actually for me, but I know my oldest, who is going to be a sophomore, oh my goodness, he will definitely be into this. Actually, really all the kids have really enjoyed it, different parts of it, but it's packed full of information. Not all of it is accurate, but obviously when you get into any kind of Bible, any kind of scholar Bible or knowledge and stuff like that, people tend to differ on some information. Obviously there's some certain information that you're like, okay, that's not true at all, but not a whole lot of that would be in here. Just some of the deeper studies you're like, oh, well, I think that's not quite accurate, but for the most part it's a great addition to any of your Bible studies. I mean, you've got basic information like the names of God, Adonai, Jehovah, and it goes through all of those and their meanings and stuff like that. It tells you the measurements in the Bible, so what a talent would be, and then to a reed or a pace or a shekel. So all kinds of really cool information that it's just so much. I don't even know where to begin or end with this. The feast and holiday calendars, so the Jewish holiday calendars, which I I would suggest that if you are a Christian, you should have a Jewish holiday calendar. It is extremely eye-opening when studying the Bible and lining it up outside of an American view of obviously the true history behind it and stuff. It's pretty cool. So anyway, so you have all your different Old Testament events, and it's packed full of information. This is kind of expensive, this book is, but it was, I believe, let me see, it might be on the back. It is not. I believe I spent 20 bucks on it at the Homeschool Convention. I believe it's normally like 50 bucks. It'd be awesome if somebody says, oh, I found it for 20 bucks too on eBay or whatever. But anyway, I really like it. So you would just have to either get past anything that you don't like about it or don't agree with it necessarily, or and find all the other thousands of informational points in here that you do enjoy about, like the armor of God and explaining what the breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth, the sword of spirit. So I mean, this is really cool stuff to use with the kids, and they have all kinds of different books you can look up. Let's see if there's anything that I should point out here. The maps. My kids love the maps, and I actually have a map hanging that is actually built for kids, and it has like little cartoon characters of where different things happened on that part of the map. So, but anyway, so that is the Rose Book of Bible Charts, Maps, and Timelines. And like I said, they have tons of different ones. So if you're into that kind of stuff and into those kind of studies, that will be a great addition to your Bible studying. One thing I did not purchase any of theirs yet, but I intend to. And again, if you're a homeschooler, you probably already use some of these, but the Adventures in Odyssey, I'm really into letting the kids listen to audio stories or audio books and stuff like that. And so this is a great thing. And if you have any kind of love for books and stuff, and getting your kids involved, that is something to look into. I don't have it down here with me, but we did buy I can't remember who makes it. Well, I'll mention it in my next video, but we did buy it's not an audio book, but it's an audio story, and it has people obviously acting it out just like you would hear back on the radio back in the day, as my kids would say. And it tells missionary stories, true stories of life, of the life of different missionaries. So, but anyway, so this is all my haul from the Homeschool Convention. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I loved listening to the speakers. As a matter of fact, before I get done here with you, I wanted to definitely mention that there is a man by the last name of Federer, I think it's William J. Federer. William Federer, I listened to him speak, and he has YouTube videos. He actually sells a couple of DVDs online. If you are wanting to get your kids into some really cool history and fun facts about miracles that God has performed in our history, whether that be the French and Indian War or Revolutionary War or anything like that, he goes through a lot of information, and it is really cool to see him bring out and into light the way God was moving in those times, and the prayer and the fasting that was going on with the men at that time and the women at that time. So anyway, William J. Federer, you can look him up. He's great. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at my haul. And if you got, like I said, if you guys have any advice for me for the Becca videos, I would love to hear it. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up.